Hey everybody, I wanted to make this video. It's kind of a lot of topics to cover, but I really think that this is important to talk about right now, as it is something that I have mentioned in videos previously. It was back in May of 2011 was I made a video about a cashless society and warning how this was coming and the ways that that's being implemented. By the way, thank you again to the new subscribers that I have. I really appreciate this, and if you're looking for a product review, stay tuned when I have one that comes up next. I'd be open to sharing it with you. But I think something that's really important to talk about right now is the correlation with human rights. And one is not better than the other. Everyone's rights, in my opinion, are important. Now, I'm not, I guess you would say, an activist. If people want to call me that, I'm comfortable with that. It's all labels and names. It doesn't really matter to me, honestly. It's fine. But I'm just going to try and, again, give you the facts, give you the information, and also ask some questions for you to ask yourself and you to answer. But as always, I always try and give the positive, what you can do about it. But let's just go to it. I'm just going to cover a lot of it. For those who don't know, right now, this is a global agenda. This is not just I know it sounds like conspiracy talk, but it's real, it's happening. In Canada today, or it was yesterday, they have decided to stop making the penny. It rounds up. Now, some retailers will take the penny for now, some will not take it, some will take it but will not give pennies back and change as they are phasing it out, and instead they're going to be rounding up the prices, either rounding up or rounding down the price to the nearest thing. Now you may think that's not a big deal, right? No, the next thing they have is the nickel. That's on the next agenda. Let's get rid of the nickel. And the whole point of this is, the real reason they're doing this is, and I say they because this is not just one person who decided, is they're trying to remove cash and to introduce a cashless society. If that sounds crazy to you, you can look again in my video, explain how McDonald's has started to try and do this as well in Europe and has started to implement so you can only play with debit or credit, which, by the way, some retailers in Canada, as an example, have said that we won't round the price up if you pay debit. Interesting. Interesting to mention is kind of a related note. January 28th, which is, I don't know, less than a week ago or so, there was an outage in Canada, I'd heard, and from a friend. Not on the news. Again, you would think it would be on the news, something like this. Visa card issuers needed cash handy Monday after a network outage prevented them from using their cards. A network outage meant cards weren't working right across Canada, as reported by several users and confirmed on Twitter by several Canadian banks. They can turn it off, and people still carry on. Again, of course, use cash. But if they're removing cash, and that happened, you need to buy a loaf of bread, what do you do? So, I'm just going to give you the facts about privacy and sort of the main reason why you should be concerned, especially those out there who are fellow bloggers and also who care about issues such as animal testing and your privacy and, how that might affect your civil liberties and living a day-to-day life in the future and what you can do about it. So I'm just going to go over, there's a bunch of topics. One person I really recommend, she's in my favorites. You can search her as Dr. Katherine Albrecht. She's a privacy advocate. She's an expert on the RFID issue, which is, for those who don't know RFID, those are the chips that are in most of your debit or credit cards, as well as in products that you may not know. A lot of people who are behind it, this is what I wanted to get into for those who don't know me. I've always been active. There's one time where I did go to a protest that was against animal testing against Procter & Gamble in a downtown major city in North America. And what I did is I created a poster myself. I didn't ask them to do this. I did it myself in a flyer to hand out to people. This is the only time I really did, kind of in the street. I don't always do that so much anymore. But also explaining how Procter & Gamble, not only are the biggest company, in my opinion, who test on animals, but they are also the one who does the most civil liberties. IBM, Procter & Gamble, and also Walmart teamed with a company called NCR, where they use RFID products to monitor and observe you. Again, I'll give you some more examples if you look it up, and I'll put the link down below. Boycott Gillette. Again, Gillette is owned by Procter & Gamble. Not only do they test animals, they hide RFID tags and raise, if this isn't a reason to screw Procter & Gamble, they hide RFID tags and razor products which are sold in Walmart stores. Again, a reason why I boycott Walmart, not just because of the animal issue. They hide it and activate a hidden camera on the shelf to closely watch without any knowledge that you're buying an item that has this spy chip in them. Wonderful. Also, in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, to hide these products, they put it in. Procter & Gamble decided to hide it as an actual lipsticks, and as women picked up the lipsticks from the Walmart, again, why tell people please don't shop at Walmart? I know it's a hard time out there, but... And their live video images were broadcast to Cincinnati, Ohio, to see them picking it up from display, to see how can we market this better. Right. Now, Katherine Albrecht, again, a lot of this I've been getting from her. I've also heard from many people and done my own research. Where this leading to is the whole idea is, the message of the video is, you know, when you're using I'm going to go on the Facebook thing, I'll be really simple with it, to the point. Whatever decision you make is yours, and it's not my place to judge it, right or wrong. However, with Facebook's privacy is more concerned if you actually think that clicking, you know, certain privacy settings is what's helping you. Look at the history of the company, of their breaching privacy. I mean, if you think a checkmark's gonna... If there's anything you're posting there that you think other people you don't want to see or know, you should think again and really know what you're putting out there. If you don't, she put this really great. If you don't want to put it on a billboard, it shouldn't be on Facebook. Maybe you need to find another way to share it, whether that's through email or actually talking to the person. I don't know, whatever that is for you. Now again, Google. I know YouTube is owned by Google, and there's definitely a lot of positive things I like about YouTube. This is the great thing that you can talk like I am right now. However, every time you search Google, it records every single search you do with your name in the file. Yes, this is true. Look it up if you don't believe me. And the goal of Google, and Google has said this, is to become like the mind of God. That would be like their highest dream. You know, why do they want? And if you think, you know, but they're giving you so many products for free, you know, yeah, and not just Google, yeah, Google, Yahoo, Bing, you know. Why do you think that is? Ask yourself, when was the last time a company gave you every single thing for free? Okay, the answer is you are the product. And basically you search and they're just getting, oh, this is what they're interested in, and more and more and more. Now, again, with the cashless society and what's happening right now, again, the pennies being removed, the nickel being next, like, if this happens, let's hope that it doesn't. Again, this is even, I'm spiritual, not religious, but this is even talked about in the Bible. It's about, you know, they call it the mark of the beast, that you cannot buy or sell without this item. Again, that being a chip in your hand, which of course most people would not take. However, if they don't like what you're saying, they could simply turn it off. Now, this really is important. Let's say you speak out against animal testing. You don't like, you know, you say that, hey, did you know that Urban Decay is owned by L'Oreal, and L'Oreal tests, and then actually a lot of people aren't going to buy from them now because they didn't know that, and well, we don't like you to say that, and you're considered a nuisance to society, so we're going to just turn that chip off. So now you don't have to buy things. And if you think that can't happen, it surely can. And when your liberties are taken away, it's one thing to stop you from buying bread, but what a cashless society can do, I'm sort of looking at my notes here, I'll just speak from my heart, is just, you know, exactly, it's one thing to take cash away because you are prohibited to do so, but because you can only do it by electronic means, you're only allowed to do it by online or electronic, otherwise you're not allowed to make a purchase. Cash is not accepted anymore. That's not right, in my opinion, and that's beyond opinion. Just look down the line of where things are going, and what you can do is, for the RFID issue, if you have a credit or debit card, I've mentioned this before in my videos, hold on one sec, and I'm going to get some little tool to show you, because again, people can scan your information from far away. If you don't believe it, look it up. There's an example, Boing Boing TV, where they show RFID, they can scan from far away and get your information. Here's the chip. Woo, chip. And you put it in a stainless steel container. This is Alice from Alice in Wonderland. There are so many fun kinds, not just black and white. And here you go, you put it in here. There you go. I know that seems crazy to some people, but there's one solution if you're concerned about your privacy. Another one, if you are tired of Google and other search engines, Yahoo, etc., maybe you can try using another search engine like Katherine Albrecht has one that's called startpage.com. Again, that's what I use as my homepage. I try and search from there as often as I can. Of course, sometimes I do have to look in Google Images because they don't have that. However, startpage.com has improved so much over the last few years, and actually their results are mainly from Google. But the great thing is that you have privacy, and then what you're saying should be your information and it's not others. So just giving this information, these things are happening. Think about not just animal rights maybe necessarily, but also your rights. And do you feel that this is something that you want to take part in? Do you want to try and resist in the ways that you can? And yeah, that's the question I basically have to you. You know, why do you think they want to know so much about you? Why do you think that they're deciding to remove cash and all these things? To help you? I don't think so. Anyway, always encouraging love, hope. Have a wonderful day. Bye.